Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and that is an S-51 Tier 7 Soviet SPG, and we're on the southwest spawn of Live Oaks, and this one is being commanded by Captain Ashstorm. And battle commences, and the captain is off to the dip, which is just in A1 to G1. This dip does provide a lot of cover for Arty, but it's a little too obvious, I think, for most Arty players, because you can see the tracer fairly easily if you're in the dip. Or for the enemy Arty to look in the dip, it's quite easy to see. Some Arty players tend to prefer the trees over in the K row, but he's seen a target straight away. It's an AMX 1375. And he's still waiting for the reload to complete. Now this is where the tank destroyers normally queue up to take shots at the team. And he's got a E25 kill straight away. That's a great shot there. Yeah, that was probably a bit of a surprise. The S-51 can do a lot of damage. And that E25 paid for that. The S-51 normally has the nickname the Unicorn because the way the gun sits proud on the chassis. In many ways, it is actually superior to the Su-14-1. Okay, he's got a T-28 prototype. Rounds out. Oh, look at that! And he's got a fire. He's got a fire, and that T-28 prototype. He's definitely got no fire extinguisher, because he's still burning, and the crew have put the fire out, but he lost 375 hit points from the fire and 500 from the direct hit. That's a massive strike. Okay, we've got a KV-122. He's sitting over the far side there on that, near the river. I should say, actually, it's coastline. I'm not sure if it's a river as such. Normally you would say the railway side, the railway route. Okay, a Panther M10, he's aiming for it, rounds out. I think it's going to hit the water, but it's a 223 splash and some stun assist. Now, unfortunately, he's got an E25, another E25, making an absolute nuisance for himself as he's taken out the TVP. And they're now going after that T44. But the E25 has been taken out by the Leo. So he's almost reloaded, 16 seconds. It's absolute pandemonium over here. And the T44 has gone down to an ammo rack. And this enemy thrust looks to be very, very aggressive. They're moving very quickly. The Leo's gone down. And a wonderful hit there on the Panther M10. Very good strike. 457 on the actual strike, and he's picked up some stun assist afterwards. But it's a good half minute before he's reloaded. That Panther is moving very slowly. He's now facing off against an Su-122. Oh, the Su-122 has been destroyed. And the Panther 10's been taken out as well. So he's now aiming for that KV-122 that we saw earlier. And in fact, actually, the Leo and the M41 Bulldog are moving up to try and take that KV-122 out. So it looks as if this flank has now fallen, just about. Apart from a Wizzy-132, which is further up the line. Or was last spotted further up the line. But the Leo's exhibiting stuns, so it looks like he was hit by the enemy Arty, which is an M12. Okay, gets a good near splash on the KV-122, which is taken out subsequently. So he's picked up all the stun assists afterwards. Okay, switching his aim back to the city. And this Lerva seems to have taken the far west flank of the city. But there's a couple of tanks in the town, but they're not doing too well. In fact, they're doing pretty badly. And yes, they've lost the E25 that's in there. And that Lerva's firing out from the town. Now, normally in a tier 8 battle, the Lerva does very well. Oh, wonderful shot there. 76 hit points. Takes out the Lerva. That's a great help. But unfortunately, the other tanks that were in the town, the Tiger 1 and the U-25, have both fallen. So now the enemy is advancing from the town. Meanwhile, the railway flank, the tanks have made some progress, but now they're cutting across. The Leo's cutting across, trying to put some shots into the tanks that are actually coming south. That may not be a wise decision because there's an UDES up there. And that UDES might be able to fire into the Leo into his behind, unless the other tanks can get to that UDES in time. There's the UDES. Yes, we can see he's up at the very top of the map. Okay, it's the Leo's facing off against the Wizzy 132. Now, can Captain Ashstorm put a shot into this UDES? Letting the aim settle. He's gone unspotted, but you have to presume he's still there. Rounds out. Oh no, it fell to one side. It didn't fall exactly where he aimed it. And now he's being threatened by this guard coming south. And the only thing he's got to defend him is the Scorpion, which is actually behind him. And he's been hit by the M12. So the M12 managed to work out where he was, probably saw him in the dip, saw his tracer, and he's been hit and he's been stunned. Okay, his track's back up again, but he's waiting for the stun to come off. And Captain Ashstorm has actually asked the Scorpion, really, did you intend to hide behind the arty? Which is something I have to ask myself, but unfortunately Captain Ashstorm has been hit by the M12 again. And now there's nothing between him and the guard and the Wizzy 132. So he hits the guard, which is closer, and then he's taken out by the guard. So there's only one tank left on his team, and that's the OI. And he's up the railway road, so he's way too far away for him to do anything about coming back to the cap in time. If he does turn around, he's going to have to face the UDES shooting up at him from behind. Of course, we've also got the Tiger 1 in the city, the enemy Tiger 1. And that could go either direction. So I'm not sure they're going to win this. It's a 5 versus 1, and the OI has been taken out. So this is a loss, but we can see that the win 8 that Captain Ashstorm generated was at least 3,100 of this battle. If we have a look at the end of battle stats, we can see it's a first-class tanker for Captain Ashstorm. He also got a bruiser for scoring at least 5 critical hits, crew incapacitations or module damage. And he got a Gore's medal for scoring more damage than 10 times the hit points of his vehicle. He scored 2,803 hit points of damage, which is the highest amount on his team. Wasn't the highest... it was the highest amount overall, even on the enemy team. The enemy only managed 2,533. So the reason he probably didn't get the high caliber was that he didn't score 20% of the hit points of the enemy team. He did get 2 kills, which put him second on his team score, and he got the highest amount of base XP at 614. He fired 8 rounds, only 8 rounds, 3 direct hits, 3 penetrations, 6 splash, damage of 2,803 hit points, of which 2,610 was at more than 300 meters. He received 2 hits, 2 penetrations. He also received 1 hit as a result of splash damage, and that was from the M12. He also damaged 9 enemy vehicles, destroyed 2. He did damage due to enemy stun assistance damage of 1,041 hit points, and he did 7 stuns in total. On a premium account, he earned 48,316 credits. He earned another 5,890 credits for getting a Gore's medal, what we call Courageous Resistance. So total comes to 54,207 credits. That's his score is actually equalised with the members of the winning team to compensate for the fact that he won an epic medal. After auto repair and ammunition resupply and consumables, because he did use consumables, he actually takes a deficit away of 6,002 credits. He earned base XP of 921, but after the Courageous Resistance Award, or the achievements, he earned an additional 528 XP, and a personal reserves bonus of 1,449 means he takes away 2,898 XP in total. So, good try there, Captain Ashstorm. You certainly did work that S-51 very, very hard, even though you actually only fired 8 rounds in total. You did a lot of damage for that 8 rounds. You made it pay, but it just wasn't enough, and it certainly doesn't help when you have a member of your team, quite a powerful member of your team, such as the Scorpion G, hiding behind the arty. He should have been much further forward, shooting at that enemy as they had to cross the open ground, and then you could have assisted him. So anyway, if you enjoyed that battle, please do give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, because it really helps the members, which of course the channel has been designed and created for the benefit of. And hopefully I'll see you in the next replay.